Welcome back to Two Wheel Trends, where we dive deep into the machines that move us. Today, we're zeroing in on a motorcycle that's turning heads not just for what it is, but for what it represents. It's a classic reimagined for the modern urban rider, carrying just enough grunt to keep things exciting while being surprisingly accessible and stylish. This is the 2025 Yamaha Bolt 250A, a motorcycle that brings cruiser aesthetics to the quarter-liter segment with Yamaha's signature finesse. At first glance, the Bolt 250 might seem like a scaled-down version of a full-size cruiser, but it's much more than just a smaller sibling. It's a bike that tries to answer a rising demand in the global market, a demand for lightweight cruisers that look and feel like the real deal but are easier to handle, friendlier on fuel, and significantly easier on the wallet. The Bolt 250 slides into this niche with confidence and charisma. The first thing that will capture your attention is the way the 2025 Bolt 250 looks. From the front, its pure vintage-inspired charm, the round headlamp, subtly modernized with LED technology, sits proud and bold in a matte black housing. The slight rise in the handlebars gives it a poised stance, and the front fender arches elegantly over the 100-section front tire wrapped around a 16-inch alloy wheel. Yamaha has balanced the vintage cues with minimalist modern touches like integrated LED turn indicators, a compact digital gauge pod, and crisp build lines that show care and attention in design. The forks are finished in a dark anodized black, contrasting just enough with the brushed metal accents on the headlamp mounts and control levers. It doesn't scream for attention. Instead, it draws you in with quiet confidence. From the side, the Bolt 250 takes on a muscular profile. The tank, shaped like a classic teardrop, is clean and tastefully badged with a minimal Yamaha emblem. It holds about 13 liters of fuel, giving it both form and function. Just below the tank, you see the air-cooled single-cylinder engine that defines the Bolt's character, with cooling fins and casings shaped to resemble its V-twin older brothers. A blacked-out engine with minimal silver accents adds an aggressive touch, and the exposed frame and wiring are kept neat to maintain that rugged yet refined cruiser look. The seat is a single-piece unit with a subtle contour, providing enough room for the rider and a pillion without compromising the classic cruiser silhouette. The low 690mm seat height makes it incredibly approachable for newer or shorter riders. Just behind the seat, the rear subframe flows cleanly into the rear fender, showing off the thick rear tire. The upswept exhaust on the right side carries a deep tone, not too loud, but rich enough to remind you're on a Yamaha cruiser. Moving to the back, the Bolt 250 continues its clean, purposeful design. The rear fender hugs the wheel tightly, giving it a bobber-like cut that enhances the minimalist look. The rear tire is a 130/90 mounted on a 15-inch alloy wheel, giving it a strong base and adding to the visual muscle. The taillight is a compact LED unit, mounted flush under the fender, with slim turn signals on either side. There's no excessive bulk. Everything is neatly packaged, functional, and aligned with the Bolt's classic modern identity. Even the number plate holder and reflectors are integrated tastefully, avoiding the clunky add-ons you often see in this segment. The dual rear shocks stand out in chrome, contrasting against the otherwise dark silhouette of the bike, providing a subtle nod to old-school cruisers. Now let's talk about what powers this handsome machine. At the heart of the 2025 Yamaha Bolt 250 lies a 249cc, single-cylinder, air-cooled, stock engine. It produces around 20 horsepower at 8,000 rpm and 19 newton-meters of torque at 6,500 rpm. While that may not seem like a lot on paper, in real-world riding, it translates to a well-balanced cruiser experience. The power delivery is smooth, with a strong low-end grunt that's perfect for city riding and relaxed highway cruising. It's mated to a 5-speed transmission that shifts cleanly with well-spaced ratios, making it forgiving for newer riders while still being engaging enough for seasoned bikers who appreciate mechanical simplicity. The engine is fuel-injected, ensuring reliable starts and better fuel economy, something that'll matter a lot if you're using this bike for daily commutes or weekend getaways. In terms of performance, the Bolt 250 is not trying to be a dragster or a corner carver. Instead, it's all about comfort, consistency, and cruiser attitude. It comfortably cruises at 80 to 90 km per hour with very little vibration thanks to Yamaha's smart engine mounting and counterbalancer setup. The throttle response is predictable and friendly, especially in lower RPMs. The gear ratios are tuned to work at the bottom and mid-range, which helps a lot when riding in traffic or rolling through twisty country roads. It's nimble enough to flick through tight city streets, yet stable enough to hold a smooth line on the highway. The wide handlebar gives you good leverage for maneuvering, and the low center of gravity means you always feel in control. The suspension setup includes standard telescopic forks at the front and dual shock absorbers at the rear, tuned to handle a range of riding conditions. It's soft enough for urban potholes and uneven roads, while still being firm enough to not wallow on slightly aggressive riding. Braking duties are handled by a 282mm front disc and a 220mm rear disc, paired with dual-channel ABS. The braking system is progressive and reliable, offering enough bite without being too sharp, which again makes it beginner-friendly. The ABS kicks in smoothly when needed, and it's calibrated in a way that doesn't feel intrusive. Yamaha has clearly spent time tuning this bike for balanced everyday use, and it shows in how predictably it handles any road you throw at it. Fuel economy is one of the Bolt 250's strongest traits. Thanks to its efficient engine and lightweight design, you can expect it to deliver around 35 to 40 km/L in mixed riding conditions. Combined with that 13-liter tank, you're looking at a potential range of over 400 kilometers on a single fill-up. That makes the Bolt not only stylish and fun but also practical for long weekend rides without frequent fuel stops. On the tech front, Yamaha keeps things simple but effective. The digital speedometer cluster gives you all the basics: speed, fuel level, trip meter, odometer, and a clock. It's compact and easy to read, placed just above the headlamp in a way that doesn't break the cruiser's retro charm. There's no Bluetooth or navigation features here, and honestly, that feels like the right choice for the kind of ride Yamaha is promoting with this bike. It's about the road, the wind, the engine hum, and a connection to the machine and not distractions or endless menus. Now let's talk about what really matters to most buyers: price. Yamaha has positioned the Bolt 250 in a way that makes it one of the most attractive cruisers in its class. In most markets, it's expected to launch with a price tag equivalent to around $4,200. Or approximately a superscript 13.5 lakhs in India. That places it competitively against rivals like the Honda Rebel 300, the Royal Enfield Meteor 350, and even entry-level offerings from Kiwi and Benelli. And when you factor in Yamaha's legendary reliability, widespread service network, and resale value, the Bolt 250 starts to make a lot of sense as a long-term buy. For riders who want something more visually commanding than a standard commuter but aren't ready to jump into the 500cc or 650cc category, the Bolt 250 is right in that sweet spot. It's also worth mentioning that Yamaha is expected to offer a range of accessories for the Bolt 250. Things like custom seats, luggage racks, backrests, bar and mirrors, and even slip-on exhaust options will be available to personalize your ride further. Whether you're into that low-slung bobber look or prefer a slightly more touring-ready setup, the Bolt gives you a strong platform to build from. It's the kind of bike that you can ride stock and enjoy fully, or tweak and customize to your heart's content. All things considered, the 2025 Yamaha Bolt 250 is a compelling package. It's stylish without trying too hard, functional without being boring, and accessible without compromising character. It appeals to a wide spectrum of riders, from first-timers looking for their first proper motorcycle to veterans who just want something easygoing and cool looking for city rides or weekend fun. It's got the soul of a cruiser, the usability of commuter, and the pedigree of Yamaha's engineering behind it. So, Is the 2025 Yamaha Bolt 250 the ultimate entry-level cruiser? Maybe. What we can say for sure is that it's a motorcycle that understands its purpose. It doesn't overpromise or underdeliver. It simply offers a relaxed riding experience wrapped in a muscular silhouette that wouldn't look out of place parked next to bikes twice its size. And in a market that's often chasing performance numbers or digital overload, the Bolt stands out by being honest, elegant, and refreshingly analog. That's what makes it special. If you're someone who's been dreaming of that cruiser lifestyle but wants to start with something manageable, or if you're just looking for a stylish everyday ride that feels like a big bike without the big bike price tag, then the Bolt 250 deserves a very close look. It's a modern classic for the everyday rider, and Yamaha has struck a fine balance between nostalgia, performance, and affordability. That's all for today's review on two-wheel trends. We hope this deep dive into the 2025 Yamaha Bolt 250 helped you understand what this bike is all about. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know in the comments would you pick the Bolt 250 over other cruisers in this price range? Would you daily ride it or save it for weekend cruises? Your feedback helps us keep doing what we love here, bringing you closer to the two-wheeled world, one review at a time. Until next time, ride safe, ride free, and keep following the trends that matter.